You're listening to Cat Tales.
Hi, I'm Kat and welcome to Cat Tales. With a career spanning over 40 years, Saxon have established themselves amongst Europe's greatest metal acts. Touring regularly, the band have sold more than 13 million albums worldwide, counting 8 UK top 40 albums and numerous singles amongst them, and having savoured success in Europe, Japan and the United States. Now I chat with lead singer Biff Byford about his outlook on life after his heart bypass operation, the launch of his debut album, The School of Hard Knocks, writing new Saxon material, and using the internet during lockdown for virtual concerts. This is the one with Biff Byford. So you're up in Yorkshire?
Yeah, I just came in from a bike ride actually.
Oh.
So I didn't realise what time it was, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm in Yorkshire, near York actually.
Oh, lovely place, lovely part of the world. I do like Yorkshire, to be honest. It's a bit grim down here, I have to say. They say it's grim up north, but it's grim in North Norfolk today, so I'm sure it's probably better up there.
Yeah, it's quite nice today.
Good. So I just wanted to start by asking you, actually, Biff, how you were. You said there you're going out on your bike ride there. Is that a bit of a keep fit campaign you've got going on after your health scare last year?
Yeah, really pleasure. It's more for burning calories and getting my heart strong again and lungs.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shock you had last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a shock, yeah. Yeah, we got through it though, it was all right. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shock for everybody.
And how are you feeling now?
Great, actually. Really good. I just got signed off this morning, actually, by the consultant, so...
Oh, good news. Oh, well done. That's a bit of a relief.
Yeah, definitely. No, I had a triple bypass. A bit of that stent that they recommend having a bypass, so I went for the harder option.
Oh, but then in the longer term, it's probably better for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely better. Just the stents are just, they're just a temporary thing. I'm off some medication now, so yeah, I'm doing good actually. You never know, you've got to keep up to look after yourself.
Well, you do, don't you? At any age, at any time of your life, or whatever you're doing, don't you? But yeah. So did that whole experience change your perspective on life at all? I mean, I'm just imagining that happening to me and how I would look at it and go, well, do you know what? It's going to make me wake up a little bit. Did it have that effect on you?
A little bit. I sort of calmed down a bit. It's not quite so on it, if you know what I mean. I just pulled back a little bit from the work, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's not really gigging work, it's that organisational stuff and generally, writing songs and doing things really fast and working every day, so I just eased back a bit really, just relaxed a little bit. I'm still on that thing really. So, yeah.
In a way, this lockdown business has probably helped you a little bit, hasn't it, with that recovery, by having not able to go out there?
Yeah, I mean, in that respect, but the other respect, I didn't get a lot of backup because all the nurses and consultants have been busy, so I've pretty much been doing it on my own, actually. So I know a lot of people who've had this, they're not really getting, repeat sort of consultations and things very quickly. So on that respect, it can be a bit daunting, but for me it was all right. I just, my local doctor had experience with cardiac patients, so it was all right for me. But I know some people are suffering a bit with the aftercare.
Yeah, it's all a bit tricky, isn't it, at the moment? Things are all up in the air, really, aren't they? But the good news for you, though, I guess, is that you've actually put your solo album out there, haven't you, now? So at least that bit's all finished, done and dusted, and it's out on the market. How does that feel?
It's good. It's good, actually, to get that out. It's good to get that out and, making it happen, really. I think... it took a lot of fiddling about and work, with motivation to get it done. It was all done before I had the heart attack, though, so it wasn't that bad. And we're still finalising it, and it came out and it's had great. Unfortunately, it dropped on the lockdown, so the sales sort of stopped because they had to stop making them. So That's not good.
No, what a shame, especially when you've just launched it. You want to go out there and really promote it.
Yeah, it did fantastic. Got great reviews and sold a lot of copies. But we're just going to have to re-promote it when everything's back to the new normal.
Exactly, the new normal, and that's about it, isn't it, really? When we get back out there, we can all start to do things again, can't we?
We are. I am writing the next Saxon album at the moment. I am doing a couple of other projects. I'm actually doing a live stream from home with my son on the 20th of June. So if anybody wants, I don't know when this is going out, but if anybody wants to do it, it's just like £4 a ticket. Basically.
Right, that sounds good. Now, I'll be putting it out before then, Biff, so tell us all about it. So the 20th of June...
Well, it's on a thing called Stage It. I mean, if you go on our Facebook site, you'll see it. And I've just done a podcast about it. It's called Stage It, and basically do it from wherever you want, really. Set up a camera and, record the sound, and you just do a live gig. I mean, you can't watch it again. It's not like Facebook or YouTube. It's a one-off thing. Right. Once you've seen it, that's it. It's very special. It's a very special performance, really. And the top 5 supporters, because you can put tips in a jar as well, so it's quite good fun. So the top 5 performers, supporters, will get a Skype call with me.
Oh, excellent.
A one-on-one, which is a new thing, so that should be pretty good.
Now, that sounds really exciting for people, doesn't it? And this is all on the Saxon website, is it? People can find this?
On the Saxon website, it's on my set website, The Real Biff Byford. Yeah, it's on the Saxon site, and it's on my site, so yeah.
Terrific.
So we're doing a few Saxon songs and a few of my son's songs, because his album just came out at the same time as mine, actually. So we're doing a few of that, doing a couple of, off-the-wall cover versions, so yeah, it should be good fun. And it's live, so, it's... It'll be good fun, it's quite nerve-wracking, but we'll keep it loose and fun, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, it's a new experience, isn't it? If you think about a live performance, the live performance is what you're used to, but not in a virtual environment, I guess, with no feedback from the audience.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
That's a really exciting thing. And if you can, if it goes really well, I'm assuming that you'll do some more.
Yeah, if it goes well, it's not flying out the door at the moment, but people are pretty slow on these things, unless it's Beyonce or Taylor Swift. It's going well. It's going all right. Yeah. And
also, you need to sort of get people used to doing it in a different way.
That's right. You've got to get people sort of into it if they're going to spend, instead of 40 minutes watching it. I mean, it's on at 8 o'clock in the UK. Obviously 9 o'clock in the evening in Europe, and America, I think it's 12 in the afternoon. So it's it's not a bad time really. It's on a Saturday, so should be all right.
That sounds good. I'll certainly be tuning in myself to see you. That sounds a good, different kind of experience. I think that's going to be one to put down in the diary.
Yeah, I think it's if it does well, then we'll do another one, because we only have to rehearse. I mean, I'm playing bass and my son's playing guitar, and we're both singing, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Brilliant. Looking forward to that one then. So you're going to be doing some of your solo stuff and some Saxon stuff and some from your son's album too. That sounds a great sort of mixture there. I was going to ask you about your solo album, having had 40 years in Saxon, or 40 odd years in Saxon. This is your first solo album that's just come out, which is School of Hard Knocks. Why have you decided at that stage of your career to do that?
Because it's been in the pipeline for some time. Now, the drummer put out a solo album a few years ago, and Paul Quinn sort of got a little splinter band going, and he had an album out, so I thought it was a good time to do it, really, since everybody else was doing it. So, I got some songs, some ideas, and record company gave me a couple of grand to get it together, so, I sort of did it in a gap.
And was it a different kind of experience for you, not having the band around you, and also you're going to go touring this as well, aren't you? It's a bit different experience for you.
Well, it's a bit different because you're playing with musicians who you're not used to playing with for a start. But it was a good experience, using different people and going to different parts of the world, to Sweden to do a bit of it, and we did some in Brighton, then I did some in Yorkshire. So, moving around a bit. It was a very quick process I think it only took us about 4 weeks, really.
Wow, that's good. That's amazing. And you had quite a few people joining you on that as well. A few friends of yours, haven't you?
Not too many. I mean, Phil Campbell from Motorhead played on it. The main guitarist is the guy from a band called Opeth, a prog rock band. So, yeah, a few people, not too many. It's not really a who's who of my friends, if you know what I mean. It's just a solo album. I didn't want it to be like, well, I better buy it because that famous guitarist playing a solo on it,
Sure.
Just friends that helped me out. And, I mean, I could have asked loads of people, and I'm sure they would have played on it. But I just wanted to keep it simple and, straightforward, really.
Yeah, and also be something that you could be proud of as your own creation, I guess, as well.
Yeah, that's right. It stands on its own, I suppose, yeah.
I've listened to a few of the tracks, and actually it's a little bit different from what you'd expect from you. I mean, you've got some nice soft ballad stuff on there as well, haven't you? A bit about love and life.
It doesn't want to be a Saxon album. That's no point having that, is there? You don't want it to have like Saxon songs that Saxon didn't think were good enough. So I wrote a whole new lot of songs, and it's basically based around music that I like, the style of music that I like, which goes from like, metal, prog, down to sort of, ballads and things. I like all types of music. If it's got a good hook, I can listen to most music, so I quite like it. You've got a bit of Tom Petty style on there. You've got a bit of, like I said, prog rock. You've got a little bit of Saxon maybe. You've got a bit of just heavy rock, like AC/DC style. So yeah, it's very mixed. I want it to be interesting.
About my feelings, I hope one day you'll sing along. It's about the time we spent together. I found a place where I belong. No matter where I am, no matter what I do, we'll always be together. I know that much is true. It's about me and you. Oh, me and you. Didn't mean to write a love song. It's not what I'm supposed to do. It just came when I was thinking about my life I spent with you. I don't mean to be pretentious. I'm listening to my heart. You may think I'm foolish. It's just another part of me and you. Forget about the bad times. Remember who we are. It's about me and you. Whoa, me and you. I'm not a man that takes it easy. I've had to fight for who I am. You stood beside me through the dark days.
This is Biff Byford from Saxon, and you're listening to Cattails. Meow.
You mentioned there about prog rock, and I understand that's one of your influences, isn't it, really, in your sort of like early career?
Yeah, I liked it. I'm a big sort of Yes Genesis fan back then. Well, still am, really. But I like that musicianship in those bands. I suppose when you've got two sides, you've got the prog side and the heavy side, more into Purple and Zeppelin type things. So the early days are pretty much from prog rock and heavy rock, really.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised to hear that, really, because am I right in saying that one of your first performances on a recorded situation was playing the flute?
Yeah, I did play flute. Yeah, I learned to play flute. It's a long time ago, though. It was in a friend of mine's brother's band, and they fancied a flute player, so I learned to play it.
Wow!
Took me about a week to get a noise out of it. Then took me about 2 months to be able to play in a key, like an A or a B or B. It's quite hard.
I'm very impressed, and I also understand that you play the bagpipes. Now that's a bit
different. I don't think that's a thing. I think that's.
In that case, you ought to play the bagpipes.
Well, I should like the bagpipes, though. I like the bagpipes because the thing is, it's root and fifth, so it reminds me of a heavy rock chord, which is root and fifth. So you've always got a fifth note droning on a bagpipe, and it sounds very much like a guitar, So, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So there you are. That's one for the future for you, isn't it? Really. And so you've got a lot going on. You've mentioned some other projects you're doing there. Is there anything that you can share with me?
Well, we're doing a song for a sort of gambling thing about basically a song called "Spin the Wheel." So I'm writing a song for somebody for that. But you'll hear all about it in the coming months, I would imagine.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just diversifying a little bit, really, because there's no live work.
Well, yes, I know it's sort of clipped everybody's wings a bit, hasn't it? So it's almost put you back down to the creative process rather than the performance.
Yeah, we can always drop back to that, and we sort of we're all sort of having a bit of a rest at the moment. Really, I mean, I'm working, but I'm not full on, if you know what I'm saying. I've just relaxed back a little bit. But I'm doing things when I sort of have to, not when I sort of, not all day, if you know what I mean. I work quite well under pressure, so it's good for me to relax now.
So when it all kicks off again, you're going to be really in there with a vengeance by the sound of it.
Well, we'll be ready anyway, because the album will be ready to go by then, so that's good. I mean, I don't know when concerts will start again. I mean, hopefully after summer, but you never know, do you?
No, that is the thing, isn't it? We're all sitting waiting for the B of the bang, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now, you did an autobiography back in 2007, didn't you? Have you got any plans to update that?
Yeah, we do have some plans to update it. I mean, a new book just come out, isn't there, called Denim and Leather, the Early Years. I've read that one.
Yeah.
It's not an official one, but it's quite good. But yeah, we were thinking of updating it, actually, rewriting it, maybe, to... we were thinking of doing that, actually. That was on the cards.
I think it's a great time to do it, really, isn't it? I mean, you recorded most of your sort of life story, didn't you, as parcel of that, and you had quite a difficult young age, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we could add a lot more to it now, obviously. In retrospect, we could probably... put a few paragraphs in of the boys, if they want to say about their life and things like that. So we could add quite a few things in and make it a bigger book, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Or take out my early years and just put in Saxon stuff that's in there instead,
Yeah, or as you say, do a bigger book. I think it's interesting for people to hear about how you got into music and your younger life and all that. They're things that aren't talked about very often, are they, as you get older?
No, they're not really, and if you can remember it, and it's good. I'm sure some of the other guys have got stories.
Or to add into it, enrich it into something bigger. Sounds very good to me. I think that'll be one on my list as well to buy. Now, if people want to find out all about you and buy your work, obviously, your new album and the Saxon stuff, they can either go to Saxon or they can go to your own website. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, they can go to Saxon or they can go to the real Byford, the real Biff Byford on Facebook.
Lovely. That's lovely. Well, I will let you go and relax. Thank you so much for your time, Biff. I'm glad to hear that you're in good shape. And thank you very much for your time. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
See you later, Kat. Bye.
You take care. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Cat Tales. To listen again to this and other tales, go to cattales.co.uk.